Namaste again. It's Khomotsa. We're back again for another episode. On this week's episode, we're talking about teenagers, big scary teenagers, how to talk to your teenager, what's your teenager going through. Because believe it or not, guys, teenagers these days are going through a lot more than we ever went through. Like, we didn't have videos to record each and every naughty moment. We didn't have trolling. We didn't have like all that social media. We didn't have impossible standards that we had to live up to. The standards that we had were the people around us. But now these children, they have standards that are just, even we can't reach those standards. So how do you talk to your teenager? How do you bond with him or her? How do you understand them? I mean, we have to get into everything with teenagers, their sexuality. They're really confused. Things are growing. Things are, So we're going to be talking about that. Don't forget to subscribe, Octane Media. Also, click notifications. Notify us. Welcome back again to the Holistic Education Group. As we always say, Namaste. Okay, so firstly, I'm wearing a mask because I'm observing protocol. So what do? Hey, holla. But don't get some in your eye like I just did. It's just really bad for your eyes. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about teenagers. Right, I know you've got a teenager living in your house and he or she doesn't talk to you, or they don't talk to you. Let me use proper, they don't talk to you, or you feel like they're moody, or you feel like they're making the wrong decisions, and as a parent you're like, how can I help my child? But how do you even breach the topic with a teenager where you're standing sex, relationships? How do you bridge that topic? Because I mean, us who were born in the 80s, right? It's like, hey, we don't talk about you don't talk about these things. But we do, guys. You talk about everything with your teenager. Believe it or not, those are little adults. They're growing human beings. You need to treat them like such. Let's not treat them like pets. Let's treat them like growing human beings. So, what I have for you today is an example of like an activity you can do with your teenager, so you can understand where your teenager's mind's at about relationships and where they stand, and hopefully even if your teenager is in a relationship, you can explain and you can understand what they're doing within the relationship. Okay, so it's called building a relationship. All you need to do is get pieces of paper or cardboard, but recycle, guys. I prefer to recycle. Recycle whatever paper you have in the house, and then we're going to write down the different topics. Okay, so I got this from this book here, this life orientation book. I loved it. I thought it was like a great idea. So on these cards, You're going to be writing like different things. So I'm going to read them out to you so that you can write them down. But also at the end, we'll have a list for those things. We'll have a list for you at the end of the show. So don't worry about it. We've got flirting, intercourse, mutual sex play, talking on the phone, sharing goals, intimacy, petting, pregnancy, talking about birth control, eye contact, getting and using birth control and STD protection, basic trust, exchanging letters or messages, texts. This book's clearly like a bit outdated, but texts, let's say. Simple kissing, unconditional regard, meaning knowing somebody's good or bad traits, long-term commitment, minor touching, thinking about having children, steady dating, basic communication, talking about having children, dating, making out, and touching. Right, so those are the different steps, and this is not in chronological order, right? Again, we're still going to put them all together in the steps that your teenager thinks a relationship should take. So what you're going to do is, you're going to call your teenager and tell them, come here, after you've like put everything down. I prefer the floor, but if you have a big table, then you can put everything down on a big table, right? Then you can call your teenager. Come teenager, put on your mask first. Thank you. You call your teenager, you disinfect your teenager. Thank you. And then you ask him to pick. When you say, hi.
Hi.
You are?
Franklin.
Okay, you can put down your mask, Franklin. Franklin, how old are you, Franklin?
17.
Franklin is 17. He's at that scary age as well. So Franklin, when you start a relationship, right, I want you to look at these cards. And then you tell me, when you start a relationship, which card would you pick? Like when you see a girl. Ne? It's a girl, yeah?
Obviously.
Okay, yeah, it's not obvious. We are in a progressive society. So here's more, ne? So where do we start a relationship, do you think? You just saw this person, remember?
First time.
Yeah, you just seen this person. Where do you start? You start by building a relationship with them. Good, okay. Now you're thinking you want to build a relationship with this girl, eh? Okay. So we're going to put down the cards. I want to go with you, okay? So now you see this girl, you meet this girl, eh? Oh, nice.
Yes.
So what is that? Are you more looking at the physical part, or what are you looking at?
Actually looking at how she acts when she sees me, and how she will be when she finds out on who I am and what's happening in my life.
Okay, so basically the way she conducts herself, the way she carries herself.
Yeah.
So looksy, yellow bone, dark bone, hey, hey.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Okay, fine. And then what's the next step?
Just like I chose building a relationship and making sure she understands me and I understand her.
Okay, so first do you talk on the phone?
No.
First you approach her face to face?
I prefer face to face.
And then the tens, as you guys say?
Yeah, the tens.
The tens?
More will be on the phone as you speak.
Text?
Text.
Do you call?
No calls from me.
Why?
Ish, too much.
Oh, it's too much of a mission, you'd rather text?
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we agree that you are together on the text?
Where do we agree?
Like, this is boyfriend, girlfriend, or we are not there yet? We're still texting.
Not there.
Okay.
Starting to know each other before going to that kind of level.
Okay, and then we get to...
Slowly but surely, and then step by step.
Okay, so now she's your girlfriend. Ne? What's the next step?
I would choose this one.
Making out. Okay, so making out, guys, long kisses above the moon. We are here. Okay, good. So it's making out, ne?
Yeah.
Okay. So well, now let's sidetrack a bit. How ready are you as a 17-year-old boy? Ne? This is a free space, no judgment.
Okay.
No judgment. Okay, so as a 17-year-old boy, how do you see teenagers' view on sexual conduct? How are teenagers these days viewing sex?
They view them in many different ways, but should I take it on like my side or like all of it?
In general, the way you see it as a teenager, the way you see other teenagers.
It depends. I only see them on how they are, and
so they are very closed off about it.
Yeah, mostly. Yes.
Mostly they don't talk about it.
No.
And then relationships, like
I never talk about it.
You never talk about your relationship.
Never.
So other people, do you hear about people's relationships?
Yeah, I can hear about other people's relationships, but mine never.
Okay. So how important is talking? I want this basic communication. How important is this to you?
Talking about your interest. Very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to get to know someone?
Yeah, I want to get to know someone before heading to the next level and other things.
So how do your parents or guardians feel about you dating? Do they know you're dating at home? They don't know you're dating?
Only my sister, actually.
Only your sister. So sister, don't pass the link, ne? Don't pass the link. So let's go for an ad break there, guys. We'll be back after this. Holler! We're still with Franklin. Franklin is a great dancer, by the way, but you're gonna see more of that sometime. Okay, Franklin, talking to older people now.
Okay.
How is it about relationships? Do you have someone who's older than you, who you see as someone you can talk to about these things? If you're going through a breakup or your girlfriend is acting out, do you have someone to talk to?
Sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't actually. But I usually talk to my sister mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about what's happening, like on how I should do things, like advices and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you find it difficult to communicate with someone besides your sister?
Yes.
Why? Why do you find it difficult?
I don't know, is it because I've never done it before, or is it like really difficult for me to talk to or something?
So do you find like adults are unapproachable, or you know they don't want to talk to children about certain things, and then when you don't want to talk to them, or
I feel like they're like unapproachable.
Yeah.
Because you might think many things, you'd be like, okay fine, let me just like go and talk to my mother about this, and she'd be like, you know, like how mothers react and be there, and you like he'd be like, whoa, this was like the biggest mistake that I've ever done, so I prefer being separate from parents.
So because of the rejection sometimes that adults will give you, you'd rather keep things to yourself. And now you've got all these emotions. What happens when you've got all these emotions that you don't know how to process, that you don't know how to deal with, and they're, I get it, you know, yeah, they're heavy on you, you know, because I know you teenagers are going through the most right now. It's a rough time for you guys. So what do you do when you have all these emotions that you can't express?
Mostly put on earphones and think about it, on how I should do them and change. Sometimes it might not be the parents, it might be us, you see. So you have to think about things that you do, what happens in those things, like many stuff that you can do. So you have to like look at other things and just like compare before doing things. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with another question, which is, Wabon, the way adults are conducting themselves around you in your community. Ne? I get you guys look up to adults so that you can fashion yourselves. Ne? Do you see adults behaving in a way? Do they behave like role models? People you can look up to these days. How do you see the community around you? Tabanchunji.
Yeah, there are some of those, but there's some of those that are really some kind of like disappointing to us. Yeah, there are some people that you meet that you think that you like thought they would be like at a higher level, and you be like, I was looking to be like this guy. Then all of a sudden, kind of changes happens, and then he goes down and be like, what really happened? So you kind of go through all those stuff.
So we as adults must also watch how we conduct ourselves.
Yeah.
Because the children are watching, guys. Like, the children are always watching. So no matter what you're doing and you're thinking, hey, I'm alone. No, the kids are watching and they're looking up to you. Or we look up to them physically, but like mentally they look up to us, right? And then, okay, so in a relationship, like in a family, and also in your society, do you know your place? Do you feel like you know who you are and what you're supposed to do and what's expected of you? And hey, I know my future, this is what I want.
Not mostly in the community, but in a family, yes, I can do that. I can know where I stand, but not in the community.
Why is it difficult to know? Because you're supposed to know like where you stand in your community. I get it. Am I contributing? What's happening in the community? Is it just that the community doesn't give you a chance to know?
Like what's my ability
yeah.
and stuff, yeah. That's one thing that anyone knows.
Okay, let's talk about your passion. What's your passion?
Dance.
Dance? How long have you been dancing?
Since grade 2.
Grade 2?
Yeah.
Yo, guys, grade 2. And how far do you want to take this dance? Like, what's your dream? What's your goal for your dancing? I'm always about goals, guys. I told you. Ask them their goals. What's your goals?
First goal is to dance with the kid at the grade. Being honest, and meeting other dancers from other countries.
You want to travel?
Yeah.
But now COVID-19 is here.
Just live in the moment.
So yeah, you can't go out and dance. So what are you doing instead? Are you doing any live streaming? Are you doing any videos, putting yourself out there? What's the plan? Do you have the resources to do such?
No, I don't actually have the resources, but mostly kind of shoot videos when I'm at home. When I'm with friends, I'll be like, yo, there's this song that I just heard. Can you please just shoot a video of myself, me dancing? You know?
But problem is the data.
Ish data, ne?
Yeah, so you can't upload your stuff because, and have the proper equipment, ne?
Yeah.
Proper cameras, the editing. It would be nice to have those things, ne?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. I get a lot of crowdfunding, guys, the crowdfunding. Anyway, we want to get these babies the resources they need to make their dreams come true. That's what we want to do. So school, how are you feeling about school?
COVID-19 is blocking school. Now I'm really bored at home, yeah, being honest. But school is still fun, yeah.
So you want to go back to school?
Too much. Like,
but now I don't coach, it's dangerous.
That's the problem.
Do you also feel that it's too dangerous to go back to school?
Yes.
So you'd rather be
at home and wait for everything until it's done so that we can go home safe.
So you got homework and classwork, and did you guys get activities to do during this time?
Yeah.
You got lots of activities.
Yeah.
So as for access to the platform, I think about SABC, Bumang, everybody's got things you can digitally go to and download. How's that? Is that easy for you? Can in your situation?
Yeah, I can. Like I actually watch these shows on TV that like mathematics, English, and I can't remember all of them, but I usually do watch them, but mostly mathematics.
And then the other people, other children that you know, does everybody have access to these medias?
No, not all of them.
So other children are just sitting at home and...
Some of them, like their families don't have those kind of TVs. Like they got like the money to pay like DSTV and stuff like that. Some of them are really suffering. So I kind of like help my friends of those that can't. So I really kind of approach them a little bit.
Ah man. So what do you have to say to kids your age about life in jail, about growing up? Let's start with kids your age. Yeah, let's start with kids your age. What message do you have to kids your age?
The message.
Yeah, what would you say to them to inspire them?
Be yourself, and mostly always communicate with your parents to make things a little bit better in your life, and always find someone that you can communicate with, talk about everything that is happening in your life, maybe a friend, your sister, your cousin, or anyone. Yeah, mostly. And
then what message do you have to adults? You know, like parents are really scared of you guys. We are scared. Teachers are scared of you. Everyone is scared of you guys. I get it. Hey, you guys are other things. But what message do you have? Like, how do we talk to you guys? How can we bridge this gap, Wabona, that's in between us, where we can be one person, you can bring us to the digital age, and we can remind you of what it's like to be like.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can actually like approach us mostly at our happy moments. When you're really happy and you see that like this guy is really happy, then you can talk to him and ask him like maybe about relationships and stuff like that. He might give you an answer.
But if you're in a bad mood?
I will never.
In my house?
Still.
There you have it, guys. Listen. These ones, you talk to them nice, you wait until they're happy, and then you talk to them nicely, and then I'll be back with another message after the break. Thank you, Franklin. Let's hit it with the elbow and the other elbow. Guys, I'm just rounding this off. Love your teenagers. Let's help these children, hey? The very same love, support, everything that we needed as teenagers, these babies still need it. They're not difficult to talk to. Use a medium. Start by texting your child. Text your own child. Email them. Maybe, use a meme. Just use a medium that is like both of you can communicate with, so that you can understand each other, man. And check out what they like. Check out the TikToks and everything that they're into. So you have a topic. So guys, yeah, let's do this. Let's love these babies. Remember, these children are the future. Teach them well, and I quote, and let them lead the way. Holler. Don't forget, subscribe. Octon Media, the holistic education group coming at you. Holler back, guys. Namaste. And this week's motivation. Okay guys, I'm holding this flower. This flower started as a seed, and the seed needed nurturing, it needed sun, it needed water, and then it needed the nutrients in the ground to grow into a tree. And then this flower came out of that tree. You understand the processes, like not everything has to happen today. Who you are right now. I mean, my motivation is mostly for teenagers because the show is about teenagers. Guys, whoever you are right now is not who you're gonna be. It's just who you are right now. You're a teenager, dude. You got time to figure it out. You got nothing but time to figure it out. Know who you are, but always know that you're special. You're unique. Don't be afraid to shine. What's unique about you? Try on different hats. Like, try different personalities. Today be this, tomorrow be that, the other day be that, until one day you find out who you really are. But one thing, do not be shaken, do not be moved. Remain strong, be a rock in your life. Be your own happiness. I always hear people talking about Mamang is my source of joy, Mamang is my happiness. Be your own happiness. Set goals. Set 5 short-term goals, set 5 long-term goals, set time frames when you want to achieve those goals. And don't let anything distract you from your goals, guys. Hormones happen. Even adults have hormones. That's not an excuse to like stay away from what you need to do. People have problems. Talk to someone. Depression is real. Depression is very real for you guys. So you need to be motivated and inspired within yourself. Look within yourself. Look for this. Look for the flower. Do you see this is all black? But look for the flower. Look for the beauty in life, and that way your life will always be awesome. Namaste.